In this video, I'm going to be reacting to 100 memes from the 90s. So, I don't know if you already noticed, but I have an accent, which means that I grew up outside the US. So this is going to be like a very extreme edition of this challenge. I'm going to keep a counter to see how many things I actually know and how many things I don't know. Hopefully I get more than 10 points, but I think this is going to be really hard. Post 1 says, no tears was like acid. I think, I'm pretty sure I used this shampoo when I was a kid. I'm not sure, but isn't it supposed to be no tear? I think I used it. I think I'm gonna give myself a point for that one. And it's probably gonna be the only point I get anyways. Number 2, taking selfies 90s style. I think you had to be rich to have one of this. And I didn't have one of those and I never used it. So that's a no point for me. Number 3, pizza. The jingle should have also warned you that it will burn the inside of your mouth. I don't eat frozen food, and I don't know what the reference here is, so that's also, I don't get a point. Number 4, what was even the point of this, other than running over your fingers? Isn't it supposed to be for like putting boxes on top of him and moving them around? I also don't get the reference on this one. Number 5, tag ripped, life over, Beanie original baby. Is this like a teddy bear? I'm not sure. And just because I'm not sure, I don't think I can get a point. Number 6, waiting for BNG Music Club CDs to arrive in the mail is just more AOL discs. I know what AOL is, but I don't know what BNG Music Club CDs are, so I'm not gonna give myself a point for that one. Number 7, when you want to walk away from your problems, but you can't because you'll get blisters. I never seen those shoes in my life. I think you can see there is people walking in the background. Sorry about that. Perfectly tapes Jumba Wumba of the radio. DJ talks through the last 5 seconds. I don't know who Jumba Wumba is. I'm sorry. Number 9. I do know what tapes are. Number 9. Wants to call a cute boy from class, afraid his parents will pick up. I didn't get my own phone until I was junior year in high school, so I can't relate. Number 10, the struggle was real. They don't make this anymore? Pretty sure they still do. Not like in 2010 when I was in middle school, they still had this. 2012. Number 11, texting in the 90s. I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know, maybe they don't anymore. I don't know, I never got a note, and I never gave a note to anyone, so sad. Number 12, when you saw this, you know the movie was going to be lit. I don't know who he is, I don't know who she is, I don't know what any of this is. I'm sorry. Number 13, you haven't experienced true fear until the poster falls down in the middle of the night. I never had a poster in my room because I share my room with my brother, so I don't know what it feels like. Number 14, one's privacy. Phone cord doesn't stretch far enough. Yes, I actually can relate to this because when we used to talk to my dad in 2007, 2008, we used this phone with this exact same design, and I still remember the smell of it. Number 15, there was just never enough frosting. I don't eat frozen food. I barely eat ice cream. I think this is ice cream, but I don't know what this is. Number 16, today's kids will never know about the true relationship. This is Saved by the Bell. I know about Saved by the Bell, I just never seen an episode. So I'm sorry. Number 17, 90s kids didn't have Tinder, they had this. Once again, no notes. Number 18, the only fake news we acknowledge. I don't know who she is. I'm sorry. Number 19, loudest noise ever, THX. This is Lucasfilm. I know that one. Number 20, no internet in the 90s, no problem. Yes, I used to play this. I had a laptop, and he had this game. It was awesome. Gets a new Discman. I don't know what a Discman is. Doesn't it skip when driving in the car? Yeah, I'm sorry. Number 22, expectation versus reality. I never seen one of those in my life. Number 23, the feeling you had when you got this for lunch. The only thing I ate for lunch was sandwiches, and in high school, it was also sandwiches. Number 24, nothing like being startled awake by one of this falling from the head of. This is the same as the poster one. Yeah, I never had anything hanging on the wall or on the ceiling. Number 25, today's kids will never know the original Savage. And this is true. I don't know who that is, and I don't know who she is. I've probably seen this movie. I think I've seen this movie, but I just can't remember. Number 26, only 90s kids can solve this magic eye image. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what it is, but maybe once I've seen it. I don't know. Number 27, if you own these shoes, it's time for a night serum. My mom has those shoes. Number 28, life before smartphones. Yes, I didn't get my first phone until I was in high school. So yeah, this is what I used to do, pretty much. Number 18, the cartoons that we watched when we didn't have cable. Clifford and Arthur are the only two shows I know from this list. I don't know these other two shows. I don't know if they exist outside the US. Probably not, but I'm not sure. Number 30, Seal. Haven't heard that name in years. 90s kids will understand. I'm sorry, Rose, but I'll make you more depressed. Number 31, Drill is on everything. Still doesn't know what it means. Nobody knows. Number 32, I have Pleasure Room. Do you want to see it? I seen Power Rangers. I grew up with Power Rangers SPD and Mystic Force. Those are the only two that I know. I haven't seen the original. Number 33, eagerly putting in the video and getting ready to watch, only to realize the last person who rented the movie didn't even rewind it. I know about Blockbuster. They were still around in 2010. I don't know. I mean, I have a videotape, but I can't relate to this experience. Number 34, please, I'm Cynthia. You can say that again. Number 35, this is what happens when kids grow up to get a lot of money. I mean, I will never do that, but for sure, I guess. They still have Power Rangers, you know? Pretty sure they do. Number 36, only 90s kids. When I met how bad these movies were. I probably seen these movies, I just can't remember. Like this one, pretty sure I seen it. I don't know about the other three. Number 32, 37, multiplayer in the 90s. Yeah, this is how my brother and I used to play Smash Bros. 64 on an emulator, pretty much. Number 38, today's kids will never know what it was like to create your own ankle socks. Do people not use long socks anymore? Or is this a reference I'm not quite seeing? It's probably a reference, and I'm not seeing it. Number 39, let's get dangerous. I'm sorry. I didn't watch a lot of TV when I was young, so I don't know who this is. 40, today's kids will never know the strength you needed to get the car window down. Yeah. I mean, my dad still has one of a car with this. I'm pretty sure they're still around, so I know this one. 41, the definition of swag in 1999. I've never collected any Pokemon cards. I'm sorry. Number 42. If she had held on tight to Jack like this in Titanic, maybe he would have survived. I don't know who he is. I think that's the person who plays Rose. I don't know, but I've seen Titanic, so. Turns on Nickelodeon, Nick News with Linda Ellerby. I don't think they have Nick News outside the US. Pretty sure they don't, but I need to check on that. The only thing worse than stepping on a Lego, stepping on one of this. Never seen those in my life. Sorry. Number 45. Today's kids will never know. Okay, come on. Kids don't play with rubber bands anymore? What is this? Number 46. One burned you alive and the other one gave... really? This is more like a childhood thing, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure... I mean, this one is still around. Maybe this one's... I don't know. I haven't been to a park in years. But... maybe... I don't know. Maybe those are not around anymore. Number 47. The batteries are low. Better turn off the base boost to conserve energy. Yeah, I don't know. I never had one of those. I was poor. Number 48. What I thought I would look like. What it actually looked like. That's more like childhood thing. Number 49. Kids today will never know what it was like to take a ton of pictures and had to wait a week to find out if they were useless. I've used these cameras before, but I guess I don't know what it is like to wait for pictures. I mean, I do know what it's like, but I don't know what it's like in like the sense of taking a lot of pictures almost every day with your phone and having to wait for them. Today's kids will never know the struggle when you lose one of these pieces. They don't sell those pencils anymore. I pretty sure they do. I haven't been to Staples, but pretty sure they still sell those pencils. This is more like a childhood thing. The smell of this was heavenly. It is. That is true. Meanwhile, back in '99, what? People don't get their ankles wet anymore? Number 53, this is why I had to stop and think before pressing X. Okay, if you had a Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 1, an Xbox One, and an SNES, I think you were rich. People usually didn't have different consoles. They only had they were only like a Nintendo fan or a PlayStation fan. What is this? Number 54, F a permission slip. Okay, I don't know who she is. And it's not because I wasn't around when maybe I wasn't, but I just never liked the show. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for me. 55, how kids remember Michael Jordan and how kids now know Michael Jordan today. Okay, I guess that is true. To some people, I see Michael Jordan videos on the internet, and they're everywhere. If you say you didn't want to be on the show in your line, market sweep. I don't know, the show is really, I guess. 57, whoever did this is pure evil. Everybody has in Lion King. Yes, I am generalizing. The older I get, the more I wonder what Kevin McAllister's dad did to afford a house and vacation to Paris for 9 people. Was this like Drake and Josh, or did they actually go and film the movie in this actual house? They never explained it. Let's you fall asleep watching a movie, doesn't wake you up with loud repetitive menus because you have to rewind it. Number 60, that's one expensive taxi. They don't have taxis anymore? I don't know, I've never taken a taxi in my life. Today's kids will never know. I haven't taken a Uber either. Or Lyft. Today's kids will never know that suspense. I never had a PlayStation. I want to get one though. But I don't play a lot of video games. Biggest lie of my childhood. Pushing does nothing. Vending machines don't have this anymore? Okay. Let's be honest, there was room for two. Okay. Number 63, let's be honest, there was room for two. A lot of people have seen Titanic, but sure, I guess. Who knows? You had to calculate if they will sink. Who knows? It's not about space, it's about mass. Number 64, all your school supplies had to be Lisa Frank. I don't know who Lisa Frank is. Try to live every day like Selena when that lady told her she couldn't afford to buy that dress. Excuse me, ma'am, we don't need that. We don't need that dress. I know who Selena is. I don't know this reference. Once again, I don't listen to a lot of music. But come on, there's YouTube now, and music is everywhere. Bring your whole outfit on point. How's this an outfit? Like, how is this an outfit? Number 67, we've all been through this. We don't make springs anymore. Pretty sure they do. Number 68, remember when floppy disks could save and destroy the world? See, this is a good meme. Sailorman, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, but I don't know. A lot of people know what floppy disks are nowadays, just because of how much people are reminded about them. Number 69, this MF from Courage the Cowardly Dog is the reason why I had nightmares. I've seen every episode of Courage. Yes, this is true. Number 70, nothing made you happier than seeing this when walking into a classroom as a kid. Yes, they still had him in 2010, so I did get to the princess. If you know what this is, we can be friends. Dang it. Number 672, 8 megabytes was a pretty big deal back then. In 2010, 1 gigabyte was insane. Number 73, math in the 90s, they didn't have calculators. Were calculators invented in the year 2000? Number 74, thought you were going to make it through Tuesday, didn't you? You have died of dysentery. Yeah, I don't get that reference. Number 78, my turn. We all played this and didn't have a clue what we were doing. Nobody does, it's a guessing game. The point is to clear everything. You just can't resist finishing in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Is that Will Smith? I'm sorry, Will Smith. I can't. Life before Google Maps. Life before what, 2007? And it went mainstream in 2000. And what was the first Nexus? First Nexus was 2010, 9? 78, you know the Macarena by heart. Everybody does. YouTube has been around since 2007, so pretty sure everybody does. Kids today won't know what this is. Okay, I'm guessing that's not a mouse. Number 80, rule number 1. This is my house, so I'm player 1. How is this related to the year 1990? It could still be applied today. It's just a different console. Number 81, this day of gym class. My school didn't have a gym, and my high school didn't have a gym in there. My middle school didn't have a gym. 82, the cool kid in 96. He got a t-shirt, pants, shoes, backpack, a yo-yo, sure. Yo-yo is in 96. Okay. A soda, a chain, a CD, a hairstyle. See, this is the only thing. This is the only thing that keeps coming back. That, wow, you didn't have this. But okay, for sure. I guess people don't go around naked without backpacks and shoes, and they don't drink soda anymore. And yo-yos are completely gone. And who dares have a hairstyle? 83, the moment you get out of work with the following days off. Is this a Power Rangers reference? See, I'm not sure about this one. Number 84, the ultimate entertainment for any waiting room. Never seen one of those in my life. 85, remember this? No. Is this a screensaver for Windows? It's not XP now, is it? That's 95, 81. 98. A minute, we've all had a pencil like this. Okay, come on. I guess before the year 2000, or after the year in 2000, pencils were prohibited. Didn't know that. Which kid were you? This is this is becoming really annoying now. It's not really about the 90s anymore, is it? I was A, but I think I'm still am. When it's 1999, Friday night is about to go off. Okay, I've been to a Blockbuster. They were still around in 2010. So unless you were 7, because this article is from 2017, so unless you were 7, then you've never experienced this. Number 89, and I don't think that's, I don't know. Number 89 watches true crime documentary ones. The Olsen twins, okay. Sure, I guess people don't feel the detectives anymore. Number 90, remember this? You can probably still hear the sound in your head. It's just a toy. Not everybody had the same toy. It's just, I mean, everybody knows how it works. You just spin it around and, okay. Number 91, out hiking today and came across this, okay. The same thing again, isn't it? So the thing is, unless you're 7, unless you're like 7-year-old, then, which basically makes you like a generation alpha kid, then you can't say anything. Like, what's the point? You're not a 90s kid just because you know what this is. Number 92, remember instantly winning prizes on the bottle cap? Yes, I won. I won a soccer ball once. Number 93, 90s kids remember the best part of getting sick. Really? They don't make sweet medicine anymore? Number 94, don't sweet, and they put 90s kid as well. Okay. Number 94, it's not just childhood, it's specifically to the 90s. Medicine tastes bad nowadays, huh? Number 94, don't step on me barefoot. Yes, my sister used to have this exact same one. 95, I was Clippy. Hello, I'm here to annoy you. My first version of Windows was Windows Vista. Service Pack 1. Number 96, kids these days will never know the struggle of missing your channel. I never had cable. I had cable for like 2 years. That was about it. Yo, let me get ahead of that. What is this? Color has a different smell. Okay, I mean, they still make this. Kids these days, okay, it's the same thing again. This is the only thing that makes you a 90s kids. This is the 90s right here. Number 90. Today's kids will never know how much you hate her. Well, why would you hate someone? If anything, you should praise them because they're doing a really good job at acting. I think 90s kids weren't really good at telling the difference between acting and real life. Number 100, when your brain figures out that in 3 years, the 90s started 30 years ago. Hey, it's been 3 years, so guess what? The 90s started 30 years ago. And that's the whole video. That's 100 things about the 90s, and it looks like it's mostly things. It's just this thing. This is, if you have one image about the 90s, it will be this thing. Okay, that's a whole video.